Alright, today I'm going to do a little gear review in the middle of my hike here. This is I would say now 3-year review of the Helinox Chair Zero. And I take this chair with me everywhere. It weighs 1 pound, aluminum, plastic frame here. Puts together pretty quickly and easily. Cloth seat. You hook onto these. Just like that. And there you go. A chair with a back. Whoa. This is one of the big benefits with this chair. You can lean back on it when you get up there in age, like myself. Being able to lean back in a chair, especially after backpacking, but even on a hike where you're gonna maybe spend some time making coffee or a lunch, it's nice to have, nice to be able to lean back. You can totally lean back and relax, almost fall asleep, no headrest. Let's see, or you can kind of sit up like this. It's been very sturdy for me. I've taken on a 10-day backpacking trip. I take it almost every time. Every time I go backpacking, anytime I'm going to go even day hiking for a longer hike, I'll take it with me. It's 1 pound. It fits easily in a day pack like this one. What else? It is on the pricey side. I think it's $120, if that's correct. As far as competition goes, there is a REI makes kind of a knockoff version. I've heard it's pretty good as well. Weighs about the same similar form factor. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about a chair other than I love it, and I certainly wouldn't go backpacking without it. Now it does add a pound to your weight, so if you're like a ultralight backpacker, maybe it's not for you. I think the 1 pound is worth it for me, for the type of backpacking and hiking that I do. But yeah, Helinox Chair Zero, I believe they're owned by Big Agnes now. You can pick these up at REI or similar stores, as well as order them online. I think they have pretty limited colors. As far as downsides go, you saw it there a little bit, because the pegs here will kind of absorb into the ground if it's soft, so sometimes you have to spend a little time finding either a rock or just an area that kind of you can seek in on it. I have heard about them breaking, but like I said, I've had it for 3 years. I've used it very frequently, and no issues with the frame breaking. I believe they have a pretty good warranty on the frame. I do have one little fire hole here. I don't know if it focused in on that, but I've covered it over with some tenacious tape, and haven't had any issues with it growing further. I did ask about a replacement part for this seat part. It's not, if it's like a fire or something like that, they're not going to replace it for free, and it was $60 or $70, I want to say. Pretty expensive for just this part. So I think if this were to rip further and break it, I would probably just buy a whole new chair and have an extra frame as well. There are other alternatives to this kind of chair. For the ultralight, there's this. It'll do some of the same stuff, like keep your butt off of wet, muddy ground, but do so at a very light weight. This thing weighs nothing, like, I don't know, this many ounces. But this is a Thermarest, what do they call it, Z-pad, something like that. But you can essentially do the same thing with this. Keep your butt off the ground, keep your butt dry. Lean it against the tree to get your leaning on. So another alternative for seats. There are, of course, those like stadium seats that you can bring. We have a couple of those too. I like this much better than those stadium seats. But this is a good alternative for the ultra lightweight crowd. One other downside of this chair I was just reminded of because of the wind here. It can catch wind. You'll have seen that in a couple of my videos. So what I do is I'll generally put something heavy like a water bottle, boom, in the chair when I'm off walking around, or you can turn it upside down or whatever. But it will catch wind and blow down a mountain, so you need to be careful about that. So that's it, the Helinox Big Agnes Chair Zero, highly recommended for all of your backpacking and hiking needs. All right. This literally just happened. It broke. How do I do a video where I praise this thing now? Oh my god. Alright. Well, we'll see how good that warranty is now, because this is broke. Show the details of the break here. This piece remains together. It doesn't fold down like the other pieces. It's the main support beam. So this like just snapped. Focus. Yeah. Bummer. Now it's been about 2 weeks since that video was filmed where the Helinox Chair Zero broke. Here. I know what you're thinking. Lose some weight, fatty. Well, listen. This chair is rated at 265 pounds and I weigh significantly less than that. Also, don't be so mean. Okay, so in the mail about a week and a half after I emailed Helinox's warranty page, I received, hey, a new free seat frame for my chair. So I wanted to show you one thing that I noticed that's different in this frame from my old frame, and it explains a little bit the weakness of the old frame and how they've actually made adjustments to change that. So if you look at where this broke here, there are 2 rivets. This rivet here, the farther one out, is very close to the edge here, and you can see that's exactly where the chair broke. There's not a lot of coverage between the end of this plastic piece and the metal piece here, so a lot of stress is put there, and that's exactly where this chair broke. So throw that away. In the new version, you can see they've made an update here. There's now only a single rivet, and it's farther back, and it's the farther back one. So this whole area here is much stronger than in the old version of the chair because this front rivet is missing. So yeah, no questions asked. They sent a new frame. I just had to send an email in indicating what happened. I did look at my REI purchase history, and actually the chair is older than 3 years old. It's about almost 3.5 years old. So 3.5 years later, chair broke. Helinox / Big Agnes came through with a warranty. I didn't really notice anything else different with the chair's construction or design, but I did notice that my seat portion fits back in here perfectly. there we go. So, all right. Little guy at the table. Yeah, so it works perfectly. I'll try and be a little bit more careful with it, maybe. But great news that Helinox / Big Agnes came through on the warranty for that chair, and that makes me more confident in recommending the chair. So even if it does happen to break, and there's less chance now with the new design, they'll replace the part for you at no charge. It just appeared in the mail for me. Highly recommend Helinox Chair Zero. Even when it breaks, they will replace it. The only hesitation I would have had is saying, you know, if you were taking this out on a multi-day backpacking trip and it broke the first day, that would suck, obviously. With the new design, I think there's less chance of that happening. As I've said, I've taken it out on a 10-day backpacking trip before and used it every single day. So it is a very strong piece of gear, and even better now. Thank you very much for watching my first dedicated gear review, and we'll see you on the next one.